Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Afiq Imran bin Arif Azlan and I'm from SR241 and A class. So today I will present about my research, social media pressure, the psychological effect on amateur athletes and its long-term career impact. For this presentation, I will cover three main chapters, which is Chapter 1 is about introduction, Chapter 2 is about literature review, and Chapter 3 is about methodology. I start Chapter 1 with background of study. Here I give you 6 main points background of study. First, social media as a core communications tool. Second, psychological pressure from social media. Third, impact on mental health. And fourth, career implications. And five, identify a self-perceptions. And six, organizational response. Next, I will explain about problem statement that I discover in this topic. First, negativity psychological impact. This study indicate that social media criticism and cyberbullying result in elevated anxiety, stress, and depression levels among athletes. This environment force athletes to maintain idealized persona, often in conflict with their authentic self. Stanford 2011 and 10 2019. Second, identify and self-esteem conflicts. Social media foster dependency on external validation, such as like, comments, shares, creating identity conflicts and deteriorating self-esteem. As athlete well-beings and performance suffer as they struggle to meet unrealistic societal and sponsor-driven expectation. Federally and Veterans 2016 and Perf of 2014. Third is harassment and mental health consequences. Athletes frequently encounter online abuse, including trolling and discriminatory remarks, exacerbating stress and leading to feeling of isolation and career disillusionment. Kowalski 2012 and Field 2010. As you can see, in purpose of study, we focus on psychological impact of social media pressure on amateur athletes. We will focus on how constant exposure on online feedback affect their mental health, self-esteem, and performance. Next is my research question and objective. For my research question, first, how does social media activity contribute to psychological pressure among amateur athletes? Second, what is the impact psychological pressure from social media on the mental health and well-being of amateur athletes? Third, how do amateur athletes perceive the role of social media pressure in shaping their mental health over the course of their career? And the last one is, to what extent does social media activity correlate with anxiety, stress, and other mental health issue in amateur athlete. For my research objective, first, to review the relationship between social media activity and the psychological pressure experienced by amateur athlete. Second, to assess the impact of psychological pressure from social media on the mental health and well-being of amateur athlete. Third, to analyze how amateur athlete perceive the role of social media pressure in shaping their mental health through their career. And the last one is to investigate the correlation between social media activity and anxiety, stress, and other mental health issues in amateur athletes. For hypothesis, I will provide you 4 hypotheses for my research. Hypothesis 1. There is a positive relationship between social media activity and the psychological pressure experienced by amateur athletes. Hypothesis 2. Psychological pressure from social media has a significant negative impact on the mental health and well-being of amateur athlete. Hypothesis 3. Amateur athlete perceive social media pressure as a significant factor in shaping their mental health over the course of their career. For the last hypothesis, social media activity is positively related with higher level of anxiety, stress, and other mental health issue in amateur athlete. Moving to significance of study, as you can see in this slide, there are 4 main points, which are: first, understanding social media impact; second, practical application; third, theoretical contribution; and the last one is policy and program development. Next are my limitations and delimitations. There are 4 limitations for this research. First, sample bias; second, self-reporting; third, cross-sectional design; and fourth, generalizability. For my delimitations, I have first, focus on amateur; second, sport selection; and third, social media platform. There are 3 operational terms for this research. First, social media activity. This can be done quantitatively by direct measures such as frequencies of online activity in the athlete's social media profile, such as Instagram, Twitter, among others, or athlete self-report frequency of engagement in such social activities. Tigerman and Slater 2013. Second, psychological pressure. This pressure can be measured by standard tests such as the Perceived Stress Scales (PSS) or by questionnaire more specific to media-induced anxiety, Lazarus 1984. And third, mental health well-being. This can be assessed by instruments such as the Back Depression Inventory (BDI), State Trait Anxiety Inventory (STAI), or the WHO 5 Wellbeing Index, mainly because they are comprise different aspects of mental health well-being back 1996. Moving on to chapter 2, which is literature review. For literature review, I provide 4 points. First, impact of social media on mental health. Second, gender differences. Third, coping strategy. And the last one is coping career longevity. Next, in this slide, you can see my conceptual framework. I have 2 independent variables, which are social media activity and psychological pressure. For my dependence variable, I only have 1, which is mental health well-being. For the last chapter, I will explain about methodology. Firstly, I use quantitative method and survey questionnaire to collect the data. For my population are 8,177 amateur athletes who still active in sport. My sample is 66 respondents that calculated by using Green's formula 1991. For sampling, I will use purposive sampling method. Next, instrumentation. As you can see, there are 3-part instrumentation. Part A is about demographic information that have 5 items, which are age, gender, sport types, year of amateur experience, and social media platform, active use. The demographic information will use the normal scale. Part B is about social media activity and psychological pressures. This part divided in 2 details. First, social media use and engagement. This detail have 5 items and using 5-point Likert scale. Second, psychological pressure from social media. This detail have 7 items and also using 5-point Likert scale. And part C is about psychological well-being and career sustainability. This part also divided in 2 details. First, mental health and well-being. This detail have 5 items and using 5-point Likert scale. Second, career satisfaction. This detail have 4 items and also using 5-point Likert scale. Moving to data collection procedure. Here I give you step by step to collect data. First is consultation with supervisor. Second, survey and questionnaire development. Third is pilot and refine instruments. Fourth, collect and clean data. Next is to identify sample before distribute questionnaire. After that, analyze data using data analysis. And the last one is interpret data. Next, data analysis. As you can see, I only use descriptive statistic for analysis method. This is my reference. And this is my appendix. That's all for me. Thank you for watching.